Hi guys, welcome back to Wheezy Junction, episode number 8, the update, latest bits of work I've been doing. We left you with this. We've now added lots of detail, some static grasses, some fences, some hedging, some trees, little bits in the garden going on, put some vehicles on there. I've done some detailing to the driveway with some weeds and things going up, and just generally putting on bushes, etc., to the hillside. And making it look a little bit more realistic than it was. Obviously, there's a little bit of weathering to do later on. We needed to add some chimneys, etc. There's your weeds growing down the middle of the driveway. So yeah, all in all, adding a garage and some other bits and pieces in the garden. Just waiting for the family to move in, really, making it attractive for a decent little family to move in there. Maybe with a dog. I did leave it open last time, so more of that to come later on. We have managed to get some gardening done as well. We got some lettuces and some other bits and pieces growing there, so yeah, all looking nice. Obviously, for the little halt, we're going to need some access, so I have began to make some steps to lead down from the roadway down into the little halt there. So again, that's an ongoing thing which we need to finish off a few bits and pieces. I've added some bushes and some hedging along the back scene and in between the lines from the Tetbury side of things. Talking of Tetbury, we've managed to get some bits inside the goods shed. So we've added lots and lots of detail to that, and a crane there from PD Marsh Models, a metal crane with some of their barrels and their crates and their sacks and other bits and pieces. And old Tom there, he's been working in Tetbury for quite a while now. Poor old Tom. He's on his own at the moment, nobody to help him out. I've also added the roof. Chimney still to be put in, but it will be added very soon. I'm sure you'll agree with me. This is the real picture, and it looks very, very close. Hi guys, just a bit of a shout out to a company that's I believe is making all the right moves in the right direction for us N scale modelers. There's loads and loads of bits available for double O, as we all know, but us N scale modelers, we although it's getting there quite quickly. There are certain companies out there that are making specific N gauge products. And one such company is that I came across quite a while ago, actually, for some fencing and some other bits and pieces, is Tom at NCenix. Tom, great guy, sent a few emails asking whether he could make some posts, because I want to make the old wire fencing. Now you can buy it in double O gauge, I believe, some ratio kits, but I can't see that unless you buy the cattle market kit. I can't see that there's any posts available with pre-drilled holes that we can make our own fencing up with. So I emailed Tom, and within an hour, Tom had sent me a picture of some samples that he did on his laser printer in some, keeping it to scale, of course, in some 1mm thick card. So basically, just a few days later, this week, this turned up. So the whole point of this little video is to show you exactly what Tom is doing as far as posts go. Down to the bench. Okay, so on opening the box, this is what we got from Tom. He sent this through as some free samples, so I haven't paid for these. I will reiterate, I have not paid for these. Tom says he will always send out free samples for any good ideas that he gets. So maybe if you've got some ideas of stuff that we need, guys, you could get in touch with Tom at NCenix. I will put a link in the description below for his website, but I'm pretty sure if you go on Facebook and put NCenix, you will get to Tom's Facebook page. And YouTube, he's got an NCenix tutorial on how to put together some very, very good kits that he makes. There's a gas storage thingy, some bridges he's got into, and his latest thing, which I must admit I'm very, very interested in, is a car park an NCP style car park from the 80s, 70s, 80s, which I must admit is a very, very good kit. So for this particular video, it was fence posts. Now all I'm after is to make some wire fencing from some posts, and so I approached Tom, as I say, and within an hour he'd had these done up for me. He has obviously put these as a product that they are going to do. I think once he's heard back from me as to how they went together, which I will get to in a second, then these could be widely available for you guys. So I've had some, I've tried them out, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did and how I did it. Catch you in a bit. So there we go, that's what Tom sent me. That's out of the packet. You get a pack of 88 posts, so lots of room for messing a few up, maybe, and lots of room for lots of fence. So there's the whole pack. There's 88 of them altogether. You'll notice that some are cut out because I have coloured them. Look a bit more realistic, of course. I have coloured them, and I have already put some on some balsa wood, drilled some 1.5mm holes into the balsa wood, purely and simply because it's a very fiddly job, but then end scale is fiddly, as we all know, and this just holds everything in place while you thread the wire or cotton or whatever you're going to use. I used some 5 amp fuse wire, and I think you'll agree that looks very, very good. I've got nowhere on the layout that I could actually put it on at the moment, so I've done it as per this sample. So there you go, I think you can just make that out. Sorry for the shaking. And all I've used is fuse wire. Drilled the holes, scale of 8 feet apart, and there, I believe, Tom, you are onto a winner. So in my opinion, there's still a bit of finishing to do on these, in putting some glue, just a tad of super glue or maybe even just PVA, just to hold them and to trim up the ends and finish off. But bear in mind, this is just a sample for you guys to have a look at. So easy to do, and all I've used is, from a card, is some 5 amp top one, 5 amp fuse wire, and in effect measured out on my sample, of course, measured out how long I need roughly. We've cut with a pair of scissors. I then just put a little tweak on one end, so as when you thread it through, obviously with tweezers, you are going to need to stop it coming all the way through. So the way I found it the easiest to do, now this could be fiddly once it's on layout, of course, but this is the way I found nice and easy to thread through holes, bottom, thread it through, pick it up, thread it through, and so on and so on, all the way along until you get to the end. Now I'm not using a magnifying glass doing this, and I'm managing to find the holes quite well. But I did use, for the sample that I've just showed you, I did actually use a magnifying glass, which makes life 10 times easier, of course. But there we go, that is the first row of a very rustic wire fence. Pull it through. My posts seemed a bit drunk. Straighten them up. Pull it through, take in the strain, and then very simply just a quick bend on the end piece will stop it moving. And there's your first one. Repeat that for the rest, and you end up with that. So thank you, Tom, from NCNix. Go and visit his website, go and have a look at his stuff. For us N-Gage modelers, he's doing some really good stuff, and I can't thank him enough. This was something I've been looking for ages, and like I said, within an hour of emailing Tom, they were done and they were ready to send to me, and I received them on Tuesday. I've only managed, it's Friday today, I've only managed to get round to getting round to it today, with a few other things going on. But with a little bit of fuse wire, you could use cotton. I'm going to try cotton later, but I don't think it's going to be quite so easy to thread that through. I have got one of these little threader things that you can get for, but it's not, it's just too big to go through the hole. That piece there, it's just too big to go through the little tiny hole. I'd imagine it's probably a 1mm hole. So yeah, go and check them out, guys. NCNix, absolutely. Thank you, Tom. Go and get some wire posts. Thanks, Tom. So with the Scenics well underway and nearly finished in Tetbury, I'm going to turn my attention hopefully now to making a start on the Cirencester station, which would have been the other end of the branch line from Kemble and the Tetbury bit. So we have made a start, although it will probably be in the next video before we do a proper update, but I have got a track plan. I have got some track. I'm waiting for a few more bits to come, and I've started to lay the cork, obviously weighting it down. So more to that, about that next time. So there you go, guys. I don't want to make it too long. We're going to get into the Cirencester build next. So on the next update, we'll have me probably laying a bit of track, maybe even putting some points in, etc. The cork is down and ready. I've got a little bit of an extension I'm going to put on there as well. So I'll put some footage of that going in. But thanks for tuning in. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do so. Thanks again to Tom at NCNix. Please go and have a look at his stuff. It's some really good quality stuff. Goes together very well. Instructions online, tutorials online. Thanks again, Tom. For me, see you next time. Thanks, Guy. Bye. Just a few pictures, copyright, not sure. They're not my pictures, but they are lifted from the internet. Of things to come for Cirencester build. So once again, thank you, guys, and we will see you for update number 9, I believe, next time. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.